All right, so a new Gundam, new day, new Gundam. Today is the Destiny Gundam from Gundam Z Destiny, of course. And this one is a really cool looking kit. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. From the looks of it, we've got just a few packets worth of runners, but we do have this stuff here, which is the wing effects, or the like light effects from the wings, which looks awesome. I'm really looking forward to building it and seeing how it all comes together and how it all looks once it's all built up. I do have in here the shield effects and blaster effect and stuff like that as well. Looking through these packets just quickly, these are the only thstickers, so there's very little color correction, which is a really good sign for a high grade. If I recall from looking at it before, yeah, these kits are all, well, these runners are all marked as 2019. So it's a fairly new kit, this one, which means very little color correction, hopefully a good amount of undergating, and no huge divots and marks from the gates and the nubs. And hopefully it's a real clean looking kit. So I'm looking forward to putting this together, and we'll see how we go. Alright, so I figured it was appropriate that I have the seed openings playing in the background here, but the main focus of today's review is this, which is the Destiny Gundam. So the Destiny Gundam ZG MF42S is a pretty cool machine. As you can see, I've got him in a bit of an action pose at the moment, but I'll put him down, put the sword down so you can actually see his face. He is super cool. I love the light effects of the wings. I love this beam effect along his bust, his big sword. He's got a bazooka at the back, which I'm not going to bother swinging up and through because it's a bit of a pain. He does have a couple of extra weapons here in the shoulders, so these pull out, and we have a beam effect that you can pop into there to give him beam daggers, which are pretty cool. Ooh, I shouldn't have pulled that out so casually. No, it goes back in. There it is. So, he's a really fun kit. His articulation through his arms, especially in the elbow joint, is pretty good. Being a high grade, it's pretty weak around the shoulders, and the chest and waist movement isn't amazing. His knees are super restricted by a tab in the back, along the back side here. So, let's see if you can. So this little tab right here restricts a lot of the backwards kick movement. And his skirts are pretty firmly in place, so his ability to do the splits is pretty much non-existent. So yeah, but he's still a really cool looking kit. So the runners were all marked as 2019, so he is a fairly new kit in that regard. So his colour correction is amazing, his colour separation is really good, especially for a high grade. There was only a handful of stickers in there, like the camera and the eyes. There was no stickers on the backpack or anything like that, which is what you normally find. I do have a couple of little stickers here on the sword and a couple on the bazooka as well, just to kind of give a bit of like red warning areas for areas that bend. So the sword, when this beam part comes out, this part folds back into it and it sits in the backpack here next to the bazooka quite comfortably, and it does look pretty cool when they're both set up back there. So that is pretty cool. These do have a fair amount of articulation. There's a double joints, and there's one attached to the backpack here, and there's one to the unit itself, so it does bend around quite a bit. And so you've got quite a bit of range of movement with the weapons, and the wings flex in and out a little bit as well. You can take these light effects off, and these wings fold down quite a bit to store away and take up a bit less shelf space. But where's the fun in that, right? You have these things to display them, not to have them hidden away somewhere. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the Destiny Gundam. Gundam Seed Destiny is probably one of my favourite shows. So having one of the titular Gundams is pretty cool. I do have the Strike now as well, but having the actual Destiny is really cool. I'd like to get the Freedom and the Providence and stuff like that as well, but they're kits for another day. I'd like to get a Master Grade of the Destiny though. I've heard good things about the Destiny Master Grade, so I'd like to get my hands on one of them at some point soon. But I've only really been collecting for about a year, if that, so we'll get there eventually. But yeah, because of his flaws, I gave, like the Moon Gundam, I gave that a basically perfect score. It's pretty, I think it's about a 9.5 out of 10. The Kshatriya high grade from Unicorn, I want to say that's about a 7, but really it's a statue, so it's probably closer to a 6 or a 5. And it is pretty cool, and just sheer shelf factor, if you're going off just sheer presence on your shelf and sheer silhouette factor, it would be a 7, but as a articulate mobile suit, it's more like a 6. So yeah, I do need to figure out a better system of ranking for these things, but if I'm going to be honest about this one probably ranks it close to the same that the Kshatriya does. It looks amazing, but when it comes to like an articulate mobile suit with options, it's not too high on the list, which again, it's a high grade, so can't say too much in regards to that anyway. But yeah, so it's an easy 7. If I'm really generous, I could probably bump it up to an 8, but I don't feel right giving it such a high score. So it's definitely a 7 though, out of 10. So yeah, if you've not got any of the mobile suits from the Gundam Seed series, I definitely recommend getting this one. It's a cool little kit if you're just getting into Gunpla. It's an awesome kit to have. It's real easy build, only took me a couple of hours and it looks amazing, so I definitely recommend it for a beginner as well. Anyway, I will see you for my next review.